Live from our newsroom, it's the Hard Times Podcast. With Bill Conway and Matt Sankum.
I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the shows that you're on or have been on because my little brother is a big time, food cooker chef. He'd
be the type of guy that could, talks about how much better his knives are than yours. That's
yeah, Graham. I'm gonna go ahead and say my little brother's knives probably blow your knives out of the water. Actually, I live with him, and he had to teach me several times not to wash his knives a certain way because I was not respecting them enough. But I'm really bad at cooking. I would love to find more time to get better at it. But because of him, a lot of the shows that you've been on are playing in the living room, pretty consistently. And I love the particular tension that's displayed in some of these shows, like the extreme, like Iron Chef or like Master Chef.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the high aggressive, like how you are about to get cut and the ticking time bomb. When you're actually filming these shows, is that tension also on set, or is a lot of it kind of like a movie magic thing?
No, it's clearly I've learned that you have to give the performance and all of the what do they call it now in the social world, content. You give them all this stuff and they will go and take that and then cut that into the magic.
Mm-hmm.
But when, there's two of you and I'm sorry, one of you are gonna, that's when I have to do like this, and really think about, kind of, oh my God, I can't, I love both of them. What are we gonna, it's just really tough. And then it's like Gordon and I look, and then we this, and then you're like, you know what, guys, I'm sorry, but both of you need to leave. And it's like they start walking, and then you're like, because you both deserve to work in the greatest restaurant in the world. And then they start to walk back, It's like, yes.
I love it, man.
Dude,
these shows are incredible. There's so much drama, and the food looks so good. I mean, honestly, sometimes I look at these judging responsibilities and I'm like, what a fucking treat. You have these people come from all around the world and they make you like these perfectly portioned sized food. And you just get to chow down and be like, you know what, man, this puree is really poorly done.
Yeah.
So go home.
Next time, emulsify olive oil as the blade's spinning because it's going to disperse the, you know what I mean? And then you've got the other judge that's just like, I don't know what any of that means, but this food sucks. Next time you got to learn how to cook it better. It's like we all have like different personalities.
I do wonder sometimes
you're a shitty cooker. So I always say I want to be like the Paula judge, where it's like all of you win, all of you get blue ribbons because I just want all of you to like me, really, at the end of the day. So
there seems to be like a lot of like celebrity judges or people who come in where I'm like, does this person have a background in food? Like, what exactly are they judging here? Just
right,
whatever.
Yeah,
it's like if I came in there, I'm like, this is good.
But see, this is the thing, though. It's like I feel with TV, it's all about selling a story, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what's interesting is when you watch like what was it, American Ninja Warrior, or those shows, like that person literally has to know how to do this really physical stuff. American Idol and The Voice, they have to sing, and you're at home and you can hear it. Dancing with the Stars, same thing. MasterChef, Top Chef, any of those, you're relying on the judges or hosts to convey that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm,
so you might say that dish looks so horrible. They clearly overcooked this, but I can taste it and be like, yeah, you did. But, the way that you roasted it or like it's seasoned so perfectly. And then there's people that their food looks gorgeous, but it's technically you did it, but it's tastes, like crap. You didn't add this, you didn't. So you're really trusting, whoever that judge is. But
that's a good point. Yeah, American
the magic
Idol
of television.
Yeah.
I can easily, like if Matt, you're the guest judge. I can be like, now look, he's not a chef and he admits he doesn't cook this, but he's traveled the world. He's going to Italy next month and he's already got these booked and he's
going to the pizza fest.
Yeah, he's got one of the most refined palates when it comes to pizza work. So that's why he's here today, guest judging and putting your life's in his hands.
Graham, can I tell you something? Do not sell me as a guest judge on one of these shows. I will disappoint you. I will ruin your reputation with the network. I'm not ready for it. I will crack under the pressure.
Matt spits it into a napkin, like, "Oh, I'm gonna puke. This is gonna make me throw up." So, what was the first TV appearance that you had, and how do you transition? I mean, there's so many chefs in the world. Like, how do you become one that gets on television? Was this like an audition process? Like, in there, like, we like this guy, let's get him on TV, baby.
Yeah, it's funny. I found my first TV appearance. Like my friend somehow had it on video. He recorded off the television back in '96. So I was like 18 or 19, and it was like, Norfolk, Virginia, showing how to make something from culinary school. And then, from there, doing appearances or demo, you get in front of people, you're talking to chefs in the kitchen, you're talking to guests in the dining room. So it kind of, helps you get comfortable in front of people. And then I did an episode of Iron Chef in fall of '06, and it came out early '07. And then from there, started doing other shows, and Top Chef Masters, I think, was in '09. And then Gordon contacted me. He's going to do MasterChef. We cooked together before, so he wanted, me to come out there and try out or do this, see how we all look on camera. And then that started, and then I ended up doing, it's been 11 years now, still doing like TV stuff. So
I love the production of Iron
interesting.
Chef. I remember being a little kid watching that show, and just there's a magic to it with like the smoke and like the dramatic angles,
the kitschiness, like it's not a host, it's a chairman. It's
yeah,
in
awesome.
like ninja garb, like it was the coolest.
Okay.
I love that.
So tell me either the worst type of food that you had to eat in one of your roles on TV, or tell me a Gordon Ramsay story. Either one.
Oh, well,
You had
there's
to
no
eat Gordon
shortage
Ramsay one time, and that
no
was
shortage of Gordon stories. Getting to cook to get like my thing is I always try to pride myself on being the funniest person, right? I'm sure it's because I used to, be really overweight, and you decide early on that you're either going to be the fat kid in the corner that blends into the wall and you're never heard or seen, or you're the opposite and you're like, look at me, I'm the funniest person in the world, that kind of thing.
Weren't you like the youngest chef to win a certain award, 4 stars, something like that?
Yeah.
So you were never really quite blending into the wall, right?
No. I mean, high school and everything else. So yeah, but I always was, look at me, how can I get attention? Black glasses don't do it, I'm getting white ones, like that kind of stuff. But Gordon is so funny and so willing to do anything to like one up you that, I always was second fiddle. But what's amazing with him is that, he's funny, he's great, he's with these kids, but the minute you go into a kitchen setting and he puts on like the chef coat, there's no acting. Like people are always like, is he really that mean, or is he it's like Vietnam flashbacks where all of a sudden you're getting bombed and hit and you're like in your camos and you're just screaming. Like, doesn't matter if there's cameras there, anyone, like it's just, we're making this food, it's got to be at this level. And I run my kitchens the complete opposite, but we respect each other's way of doing it. But I'm going to be like, I'm the guy on the side over here. If things go wrong, I'll help them make this, I'll get whatever. But yeah.
So food preparation doesn't need to be an aggressive thing, right? Because I worked in a kitchen that was very aggressive. I just remember being like, man, I don't know. I just need you to get me the fries so that I can run them up to this room. But people were like, there's a very particular way. You have to stand in particular spots. You have to walk in particular spots. There's and I see Gordon Ramsay on TV and the yelling, and I remember, that was like what the kitchen I was in was like.
Well, I think of it almost as like when you go to shows, right? You've got like tonight, it's like the Mad Ball playing with like Sick of It All, and so you're like, that's like the Gordon Ramsay band, right? Like you got like-minded guys together and they started a band, and it's like that's how that's going to sound. Whereas like for me, it's like, oh, it's Texas is the reason and the Promise Ring playing tonight, you know, with Sunny Day headlining. You're like, I'm gonna cry tonight. I know that, you know, and so like that's more how I run my kitchen.